Okay, it is January 5th, 2024. Here we are, 2024 already. And we're, $34 trillion in debt in America. What difference does it make? All right, so I saw a movie last night. Javier put me onto it. Actually, I saw Cliff High make a tweet, said something about the movie, and he was in it. And so I watched it last night on Netflix. It's called Bitconned, like Bitcoin, past tense. And it was essentially a documentary about the ICO craze in 2017 for cryptocurrency. There was in the stock market, you have an initial public offering, an IPO. Well, back in 2017 in crypto, we had these things called ICOs. Let me put this on cruise while I'm driving. They were called initial coin offerings. And so it was like kind of like the IPO. They're kind of using that terminology. It's like, hey, you can get into this new company, this new idea, put your seed money in. You didn't have to be an accredited investor. Anybody could do it. Just usually had to take some Ethereum, and you'd take that Ethereum and get tokens on the Ethereum blockchain in exchange for it. Okay, what am I getting? Well, you're getting an idea. Some of them were great ideas. This one was a pretty good idea. This company that the expose was about. Oh, the little microbrewery is hopping today. Should stop in and give me some beer. But I have happy hour in a little bit. Actually, about 45 minutes. So I need to get my butt back to the bar and get ready. I don't have a drink. But this particular documentary, Bitconned, was about, it's like Maxine Waters. Bitcon, and Ponzi screams. No, Bitconned. You should go watch it. It gives you a good insight into what was going on in 2017. So if you're new to the crypto market, you got in like 2021 because everything's going up, I got to get in, and then it all went down. If you're suffering through that right now, just know that it's a cycle and it will come back. Probably in the next year and a half. Actually, after May, you should do pretty well. Things will keep going up and you'll feel good, like you're really smart. Okay, so this documentary was about a token, an initial coin offering called Centra, C-E-N-T-R-A. Now, Centra sounded like a great plan. You could get so many tokens for so much Ethereum. And the crazy thing is, all these ICOs, all these companies, all these ideas, all they were was just, a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. And what's a smart contract, you may ask? Actually, it's pretty dumb, because all it does is execute simple commands. You can just type in now. I think it takes you less than a minute. You can go out there and create your own coin or token. How many do you want to exist? How many do you want to have on the market? Okay, so let's make 1 billion of them, or let's make 1 million of them, whatever it is. You just make them out of nothing. And so you have this new idea. You have, let's say, 1 billion coins, 1 billion tokens that you just create out of nothing, and it sits on the Ethereum blockchain in this little piece of code on an address. And you can set up a system to where if somebody sends you, 1 Ethereum, they get 100,000 tokens, or whatever it may be, or 10,000 tokens, whatever. But that's what would happen. You'd send it to this address, it would send it back to your address. And you'd get a stake, or at least you'd get some of these tokens, these Centra tokens. And I did it. I bought some of them. I thought, hey, it's a good idea, because their idea was, hey, we're going to allow you to have a debit card backed by Visa that you can take anywhere, and you can spend your crypto. So, hey, you got Bitcoin, you got Litecoin, you got other whatever crypto, you're going to be able to, because nothing like that existed. It was just, hey, we're trying to get peer-to-peer adoption. The only way to do this is, hey, will you take Litecoin? Will you take Bitcoin? Well, this would mainstream the whole thing. Boom, you got a debit card. You can tie it right to your crypto and spend your Bitcoin, spend your Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever it may be. Pretty cool, because, hey, prices did nothing but go up in 2017. You're thinking, man, I'm making a lot of money on this stuff. It's going way up. I want to go spend it. And that would afford you the ability to do that. So it's a great idea. And just now, I mean, here in the last couple of years, you've seen companies actually bring that to fruition. But they were saying that they were going to do it in 2017. And so a lot of people invested in it. And what really launched them, in the documentary was, Cliff High at the time. He would scrape the internet and find changes in language. It was very accurate, leading up to this point as far as what was going to happen in the world and specifically in crypto. It was really good. And he would write up reports on different coins, different tokens, and say, hey, this looks like a good one. They got a great idea. It's got legs, in the data. The data says it's going to be around for a while. And one of those was Centra. This coin we're talking about, I should say coin, this token we're talking about. So it came up in the data and everybody's like, including me and, other people, hey, I got to get some of this Centra. It looks like some good stuff. It's coming up in Cliff High's data. That stuff's been pretty accurate. I need to get some. Well, later on in 2017, Cliff says, okay, this is all language here, and I was picking up on a different Centra. Oh, crap. So this thing might be a piece of garbage. And so a little bit of panic there. But in the meantime, I mean, they made, millions and millions of dollars on an idea. And it turns out, they really didn't have a working product. So the documentary outlines it very well. The feeling, the hype, the excitement that we all had hope that crypto was going to solve all these problems. Hey, there's a lot of great ideas out there. The implementation, follow through, that's another thing. Doesn't necessarily happen all the time. And so this is a good documentary to watch and really get a feel for what it was like in that first massive retail run-up in crypto and how exciting that time was. And, everybody, hey, we're all going to be rich. All these ideas, this is the new whatever, the new world. It's changing. This time's different. All of the technology, the hope that is blockchain, it can fix all these real world problems. And we still have that. We just have it in a different form, because back then it wasn't necessarily these venture capitalists, Wall Street, supporting coins and saying, hey, this is the next big thing. Movie stars, they had Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled or whatever his name is supporting this Centra token, so I mean, it got a lot of traction. Then you look at Wall Street, you've got a lot of companies that support, a lot of big players, they support certain projects, certain tokens that are out there, or coins or blockchains that are out there. And do they really do anything? Kind of like Centra, do they really do anything? Or is it a hope that it will do something? I mean, face it, what does Ethereum do? I mean, it's like this big mall, this big marketplace that has all these ideas and all these, you go to a craft mall or something and there's a lot of junk there, a lot of things that's like, why does anybody want to buy this stuff? Why does anybody need this stuff? But, you got a lot of different stuff there, and somebody might resonate with it, and somebody might like it. You're like, oh, I like this booth in this craft mall. That's kind of like Ethereum. But ultimately, what does it do? What are these things doing? Are they fixing things or not? And then you look at some of these blockchain projects, and I'm not going to mention any of them, but there's some that have been like shut down 6-7 times, so they had to restart the blockchain and get programmers in, and okay, we got to fix this problem. It stopped running, even though there's billions and billions of dollars pumped into it, because you got people supporting it, giving it lip service, getting tattoos on their arms, that kind of thing. And so you think that, hey, this must be a good product. Go watch the movie Bitconned. Go watch it and make your own decisions. You may walk away from it and say, how can people have been so stupid? I mean, hope and dreams, baby. You're hoping that the world can change through technology. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm thinking, it's only going to change if the vampires want it to change. And as long as we're playing in their game, they're just going to usher us into whatever they want to usher us into. Today's supposed to be the big ETF day. I see influencers and people on YouTube on their channels saying, today's the day, ETF, baby. And it might have happened. I don't know. I was just doing a little bit of work, so I haven't been connected to the internet at all and paying attention. But maybe today's the day. But at this point, what difference does it make? To quote Hillary Clinton, what difference does it make? So we've got big money coming into Bitcoin. Awesome. Let's hijack that like they've hijacked the gold and silver markets. Awesome. That's great. Price go up as you become more of a slave. But I'll be a slave with more shit. Sorry, more stuff. Give me a break. So the more I watch this stuff, the more I reminisce about these things, the more it takes me back to, my purest philosophy is really what it is. It takes me back to the Satoshi white paper, that really all I want, and this solves a lot, so don't think it's a minimal thing. Don't think it's a small feat. All I want is to have peer-to-peer electronic currency that's outside the financial institutions, outside of the government, outside the SEC, CFTC, whatever 3-letter agency, 4-letter agency you want to throw at it. I just want money that works, that I can use, independent of them, they, vampires. I don't want to play in their game anymore. Just leave me alone. I want sound money. I want something that's going to work. I know it's going to be there. I know I can give it to my kids and they can have it. But instead, that Satoshi white paper that was published on, I think, Halloween 2008. We just had the Bitcoin anniversary. It's been running since January 3rd, 2009. So 15 years, Bitcoin's been running. And what's been solved with Bitcoin? Are we free and independent? Are we engaging in peer-to-peer transactions outside of banks and governments? No! We're hoping that the government gets involved and sanctions it so that now we can be part of the club and we can make big returns and big bucks. I want to be able to cash out, baby. I want to be able to, you put it in an ETF, it's the antithesis of the white paper. Because now you've given over custody of your Bitcoin. What a great idea. So 15 years later, 15 and a half, 15 and a quarter years later, here we are. A noble idea, money that could free you, but instead we choose to just get shiny new poker chips in the vampire casino. Actually, we don't even get the chips anymore. We just get it on our phone, so we can see that we have chips, that we think are chips. Somebody's got the chips. BlackRock's got the chips. Some ETF has the chips, but they're going to allow us to play at the table. We'll be able to transfer those chips around in a digital casino, but we're not going to be able to hold it in our hands. Nothing. Just a derivative of nothing. So here we are. If we don't get our act together, I think it's too late. Honestly, dude. I think people are already sold out. You've got all your big players that have influence. They're going to sell out to this ETF. They're going to sell out to custodians taking their coins. That's over. It's game over for Bitcoin. Done. All we can do is hope for other chains like Litecoin, Digibyte, Reddcoin. Talked about Reddcoin last night on Hash It Out. I like Reddcoin. Very decentralized at this point. You can run it on your computer or laptop, and you generate coins for staking. It's a fork of Litecoin. 1-minute blocks. If you want to send value peer-to-peer, that's a very easy way to do that. That's all I care about anymore. I want peer-to-peer transactions. I don't want to use their money. They're vampires. It's blood money. It's blood diamonds. It's blood cotton. Blood digits. I don't want it. So it's up to all you what you decide you want to do. All I know is I've got the ability to do that, and if anybody wants to transact with me, let's send some Litecoin, let's send some Digibyte. Bitcoin, I got no use for it. Got no use for it at this point. It's unusable. If you ever try to use it, and people say, yeah, here I am, I'm a rag on these other coins. It's my experience, and that's what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to wrap this up, because I got to get in this bar right here and have some drinks and smoke some cigars for happy hour on the lovely Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel. See the link below. 4 o'clock Central Time every Friday. But I've used Bitcoin Cash. The thing is, the blocks aren't full, so the transactions always go through, but it's still 10-minute blocks. It's still inconvenient. Even if you don't pay a high fee for Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, it's still aggravating how long you have to wait. Well, we need 5 block confirmations or 2. That's 20 minutes, 2 of them. Maybe more depending upon when the blocks are coming out. 10 is the average. I'd rather pay with Litecoin. I'd rather pay with Digibyte. On a daily basis, pay with Digibyte. Nobody's doing it because I see the blocks got 1 or 2 transactions in each block. If we don't start using it, what's the point? Just collecting tokens and coins? I mean, the whole purpose of this money is to be used. That's what money is. And if we don't do that, that's our own fault if we get re-enslaved. I mean, we've got all the tools out here on the economic battlefield, and we don't even pick them up. Just walk by them. No big deal. Oh, hey, yeah, let's put it up in the castle and lock it up. And then, if we need to use it, we can go ask for permission. And then maybe they'll give the weapon back, the economic weapon that they have locked up in their vault. And maybe they won't. Maybe they'll make us wait. Bring me the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the East. Or the West. Whichever. Pick one. What difference does it make? Up to you. Up to you to decide. You want to keep playing? You want to keep being a slave? Keep doing it. I want to opt out. That's what I want to do. So we're going to transact. We're going to transact in crypto. We're going to transact in Litecoin and Digibyte. Reddcoin. Vertcoin. I don't care. Bring it. Dogecoin. Fine. So anyway, up to us. Go watch Bitconned. Gives you a good flavor of how things are, and I think the same things have happened now. We've got blockchains and coins out there right now that are no different than Centra. No different whatsoever. Some do work. Some are real, and there's no denying that. There's no denying Litecoin, Digibyte. There's no denying that those coins are proof of work coins, and there's a network backing it up. It has value because there's a finite supply, and it actually works. It has utility. All right. See you on Happy Hour. Love y'all. Trust yourselves. Don't listen to me. You can listen to me. You don't have to listen to what I say. Take it. Take that advice. Doesn't matter. Trust yourself. You've got all the answers. It's your path. It's your path. You want to fall down on your face and let somebody trample all over you? All right. It's your journey. All right. I love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. Hope to see you on Happy Hour.